You're the one. You are the only reason. You're the one.
It's a special sauce lettuce.
At McDonald's, we're fixing a hot, delicious...
You've been paving today, huh? Hi, Buster. How are you?
Hello.
Sweet. Come on, young fella.
You're the one, Bill Quigley. The one who holds our future in his hands.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon to you.
We're making a research film, and I wonder if we could ask you a few questions.
Well, I was on my way to get a bite to eat, but you can ask me some questions.
Thank you. May we ask you where you're going to have a bite to eat?
Just up here to Wendy's.
Wendy's presents hot and juicy hamburgers.
Could you take just a moment to tell us why you go to Wendy's?
Well, I'd say the quality. Hot and juicy, they say, and they prepare it well.
How would you compare Wendy's quality to McDonald's, for example?
Well, I don't know. McDonald's is okay, but Wendy's is probably a little higher quality. You know, does seem to cost a bit more, though. But I'll tell you, I'm never quite sure what's in the meat at McDonald's. You know, I think they put soybeans in it. And another thing, they sell so many of those hamburgers. You know, I just don't see how they make sure each one is cooked right.
This story does not have to end this way. With your help and your participation, Bill Quigley's story can end this way.
Sir, can we ask you where you're going?
Just up here to McDonald's.
But what about the food quality at McDonald's?
Everything top grade. Meat's 100% pure beef. Cooked just right, too. You know, they sear it to seal in the juices. Serve it hot. You can't find a better hamburger than McDonald's.
For a lot of people, like Bill Quigley, the one issue, the only issue, is quality. Now you know, and I know, that what goes in your back door is the finest quality in the fast food business. But Bill Quigley doesn't know that. Why? Maybe because we haven't told him. But starting July 25th, that's all going to change. Bill Quigley's mind is going to change, because you and I are going to tell him the McDonald's quality story in a way that's never been done before. We're going to tell him what's in the meat. 100% pure beef. No fillers, no extenders. We're going to show him how good that meat looks, how carefully we cook it. We're going to tell Bill Quigley how we sear the meat. We're going to show him why, how it makes the meat flavorful and juicy. And we're going to prove to him that our system makes the best tasting hamburger in the world, ready and waiting for him as soon as he walks in the door.
Hi, Mr. Quigley.
Hi, Kevin.
And always hot, tasty, and delicious. For 6 weeks, starting July 25th, we're going to talk quality in a way that will outclass everyone in the fast food business, from Wendy's to Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're going to show them just how good our food is, how carefully we cook the French fries, crisp and golden on the outside, tender on the inside, and always hot, fresh, and good. We're even going to talk about the quality of the pickles and the onions, the fresh, crisp lettuce, the mellow goodness of the cheese. And we're going to show how carefully our crews are trained to put it all together to produce McDonald's quality. Operations and quality assurance will be doing our part. At the National Operations Convention, the subject will be food quality. We'll be telling you about a new hamburger production system which will result in a tastier, juicier product. We're publishing special product specification guidelines, like the bun book all of you should have seen by now. We'll be stepping up our visits to suppliers and updating and simplifying the quality assurance manuals. And specific reminders and checklists on quality will appear in each issue of the Operations Newsletter, Insight, and Cruise News. Later on, we're going to show you a separate film which explains the particulars of an exciting crew motivation program that will make our quality objectives a reality for the customer. All McCopco stores will be participating in the crew motivation program. From the supplier through the crew, Our quality will be tops. Remember, my future, your future, is in Bill Quigley's hands. Come July, let's all get together and tell our quality story. Together, as one voice.
You're the one, Sheila Hayden. The one who's going to make us or break us.
Hi there. Can we talk to you for a moment, please?
Sure. You want to talk to me? Okay. Oh, well, just for a minute, though, because I'm on my lunch hour.
Sure. Where are you going for lunch?
Oh, well, today I thought I'd go to Hardee's.
Tomatoes and cheese, Hardee's, pickles and onions, please. Hardee's, Hardee's, the taste that brings you back. Hardee's, the taste that brings you back again.
Would you mind telling us why you go to Hardee's?
Well, it's clean and it's kind of friendly. I always get a good feeling about eating there, you know, and the people are awfully nice.
What about McDonald's? Do you ever go there?
McDonald's. Well, the local McDonald's isn't really as clean as it might be, you know. And a lot of times, the McDonald's people give me the feeling that, like, they're really just sort of trying to hurry me along and they want to get rid of me, you know.
This story doesn't have to end this way either. With your work and my work, with your effort and my effort, the story of Sheila Hayden can end like this.
Hi?
Hi. May I help you?
Big Mac?
Sure thing.
Great.
What you've just seen is an expanded version of a scene from a McDonald's quality commercial called Sheila Hayden. One of the themes of this commercial is quality service. Service that has some thoughtfulness and real concern for the customer. Now, we're asking you to run this commercial in August, but we're also asking you to make sure that the commercial is true, to make sure your own QSC is at its shining best when this advertising goes on the air. We want you to take inspiration back to your managers and crews. Tell them that McDonald's needs their best clean, their most courteous service, their highest commitment to quality. Tell them we're going to promise the Sheila Haydens of this world that McDonald's, not Hardee's, is the place to go to find hot, tasty food or a gleaming, clean restaurant. And tell them we want to deliver on our promises.
Mom and Dad, can we go to Burger King?
America loves burgers. We're America's Burger King. Oh yes, America loves burgers, and we're America's Burger King.
That little girl you've just seen is named Nancy Jordan. And her story could end there, I guess, if we just sat back and let Burger King have its way. You know, Burger King and a lot of our other competitors have been doing advertising these days that looks very familiar. Looks like our advertising, in fact. Nice music, pretty pictures, smiling crew people. They probably think they've got our secret, think they've got us beat. Well, I'll tell you something. Come this July 25th, you're going to teach Burger King and all our other imitators a lesson. You're going to teach them that when you follow somebody, you're always a step behind. To prove a point, I want you to see the end of the Nancy Jordan story the way America is going to see it this July and August.
Hey, Mom? Dad? Can we go to McDonald's?
No French fries at camp?
Thanks, Mom. Dad.
Hey.
It's good to be home.
See what I mean? That's part of the advertising that'll be on the network for 6 weeks around August. 3 60-second commercials about Nancy Jordan, Sheila Hayden, and Bill Quigley, plus radio, newspaper, and a complete package running in both black and Spanish media, running at 100 gross rating points a week. Now that's from OpNad. The other 200 gross rating points come from you. Now I know you haven't seen a complete commercial yet, so just in case there's any question in your mind, I want you to see the 60-second Bill Quigley spot in its finished form.
You're the one. You're the one, Bill Quigley.
Hi, Mr. Quigley.
Hurry up. We do it all for you. It's you we choose the meat for. 100% pure beef, including selected cuts like chuck, round, and sirloin. No fillers, no extenders.
Hi, Mary Beth.
Hi, Mr. Quigley.
For you, every McDonald's hamburger is sear-sizzled the McDonald's way to lock in the juices, seal in the flavor.
Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
You have a good day.
Bye, Bill.
For you, every hamburger is cooked with care by people who take pride in producing quality. It's almost ready, Bill Quigley. The perfect McDonald's hamburger.
Hi, Mr. Quigley. Hi, Kevin.
Hot, fresh, and good.
At McDonald's, we do it all for you.
A quarter pounder, please.
Just made, Mr. Quigley.
For you, Bill Quigley.
Thank you.
Now I know that you're with us on this quality vertical. If McDonald's stands for any one thing, it stands for quality. And the least that we can do is to get together and sing our quality song loud and clear with one voice. We have a lot of good advertising for you to run. We have some beautiful point of purchase. And we have a new tested crew motivation program. You know, those young people are some of the best salesmen you could have when they're properly motivated. Now, I know this crew motivation program, which is called Crew Q, is new and unfamiliar. So we have a second film following this one that's going to explain how and why it works. When you see it, I hope you'll agree with us that this year's quality program is a way for McDonald's as a system, to reach its highest peak, as high as those golden arches.
The crew room of your store is where the success of the 1977 quality vertical will begin. McDonald's has the highest quality products. We all know that. And we have great advertising. You've just seen it. What we need, the missing link in the quality chain, is the involvement and commitment of all your crew people. Quality at McDonald's depends upon your crews. Without their dedication, any attempt to raise your customers' perception of McDonald's quality is doomed to failure. To guarantee the vertical success, we're going to get your crew people involved in quality with McDonald's most comprehensive crew motivation program. We call the program Crew Q for Crew Quality, and it's designed to do these things. 1, get crew awareness and understanding of the quality vertical. 2, get crew active participation and involvement. And 3, get crew commitment to a goal of quality for their store. The Crew Q program is based on some well-substantiated research. We found that quality crew performance depends upon good communication between the crew and the store management. When the crew understands their importance, they put out the extra effort that ensures McDonald's quality. The second result of the research indicates that the strong family relationship between crew people can be channeled into more productive work habits. The third element of the research indicates that recognition awards like certificates and plaques are appreciated more than some prize, which they can easily go out and buy for themselves. When they get a plaque or certificate with their name on it, that means something. So based on this research, we've developed our Crew Q program. It sets goals which the crew can relate to. It provides the opportunity to fulfill their personal and psychological needs. And it encourages the McDonald's family feeling among the crew. It's all carefully designed to get your crews to feel pride in their work, pride in themselves, and pride in the food and service they provide. The Crew Q program represents the major thrust of the quality vertical. And to ensure full participation, we'll send it to you free when you order the Quality POP kit. In each motivation kit, you find detailed instructions explaining the entire program and how it works. Let's take a look at the actual Crew Q program. It's presented by your manager to the crew in their own meeting room. This flip chart has been designed to create an exciting crew meeting. First, the crew will see our 3 quality commercials. This is to focus on quality and to show the crew that they are so important that they get to see the commercials before anyone else. The flip chart then encourages crew participation in determining exactly what McDonald's quality is and how they can influence and improve it. The meeting will emphasize that quality at McDonald's depends upon the crew, and that your crew can be as good as it wants to be. And yours is going to find out just how good it can be. How? By asking the people in the best position to tell us, our customers. The Crew Q kit contains 8,000 customer rating cards. Each day for 4 weeks, 1 out of every 5 customers will be given this card, asking them to rate McDonald's on food quality. Excellent, good, fair, or poor. The customers will rate your quality and deposit the cards in this box provided in the crew motivation kit. The cards are tallied 3 times a week by the manager and 2 elected crew representatives, and the scores posted on this Crew Q scoreboard. At crew meetings each week, group pride and individual pride will motivate your crews to raise the quality of the product they serve. And the lobby poster will show your customers just how committed your crews are. We'll reward all these efforts with 3 levels of awards. If 30% of your customers rate your food quality as excellent, then each crew member will receive this certificate. 35% excellent means a certificate and a Crew Q uniform patch. The highest awards, 40% or better of the cards marked excellent, qualifies your crew as outstanding, and each crew member is awarded a certificate and a golden Crew Q pin. So there it is, the program that will help all McDonald's crew people understand their role in delivering high quality to your customers. It's involving, exciting, and it will turn your crew people into motivated, quality-conscious individuals. And this program has been tested and proven. It works. And starting July 25th, your customers will be seeing quality advertising on television, and they're going to be expecting quality food. A total commitment to the entire vertical program will make sure they get it. So that every Sheila Hayden, every Bill Quigley, every Nancy Jordan who comes in through your door will be served the hottest, freshest, best-tasting food possible. That's McDonald's quality.
To be effective as a coach, you have to earn the respect and trust of your players. That's the first step. So when you talk about the need to improve or to try something new, they'll listen to what you have to say. The key is to focus on the positive. That's what motivates people. When someone makes a good play or gives 100%, you've got to be there with positive reinforcement. That's what players respond to. Today, you have to treat your players as individuals. Show that you care about them as people. That means learning their strengths and weaknesses, knowing what motivates them, and listening to their ideas. So every player feels like an important part of the team. A big part of coaching is the example you set. If you work hard developing a game plan, they'll work hard to make it work. If you're positive and enthusiastic, they'll pick up on it. That's how you generate team spirit, so everyone's pulling for each other. That's what you see on every winning team. Coaching. It's the key to success of any team, whether it's out on the field in sports or on the floor at your restaurant. The ability to coach is one of the most important skills any manager can have. Coaching means keeping your people motivated.
Debbie, that was a good report. Thanks for your help.
Thanks. I know, Amy.
Have a good day.
Training new people can be frustrating, but stick with it.
Antonio, nice work dealing with that complaint. You handled the customer just right.
Thanks.
Coaching can also mean the difference between service that's good, hi, good to see you today, and service that really impresses our customers.
Thank you.
Hi, Diana.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Fine.
Let me help you with your tray.
Oh, thank you.
And good coaches don't just tell people about problems.
Debbie, your front counter team has got to start moving faster. Let's go.
Good coaches help solve them.
Debbie, let me help you.
Thanks. We're really swamped today.
Your team's doing a great job. What can we do to speed up service?
Opening up another register would help.
Okay. I'll see who's available.
Thanks. In short, coaching is getting the most out of the people you manage by providing the motivation, support, and encouragement they need to perform well and keep improving. At every level of management, from owner-operator to swing manager, coaching is essential if you want to reach 100% total customer satisfaction. And when the entire management team uses a coaching style, you can see the impact when you walk through the door. The atmosphere is charged with enthusiasm and customer hospitality.
Hi, Mrs. Jackson. Glad you stopped in today.
Managers and crew people are communicating well, handling problems smoothly, and working well as a team. I'll get those drinks for you, Antonio. You get the fries. And, most importantly, customers are impressed.
The service is always great here.
To create that kind of customer satisfaction, you need to approach your job like the coach of a winning team. You need to focus on the positive, set the pace, and serve as a good role model. Encourage your people. Listen to them. Empower them to make more decisions. Be quick to praise and slow to criticize. And develop a team spirit. In short, you need to think about your job not as the supervisor or boss, but as someone who leads, teaches, inspires, and motivates your people to do their best, day in and day out. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the skills and attitudes you need to become a good coach. We'll also examine some of the challenges you face where using a coaching style can help you succeed, such as the need to manage change effectively, motivate people to perform well and keep improving, identify the causes of poor performance and know what to do about them, empower people to make decisions and solve problems on their own, and lead teams. To meet our goals, this video is divided into 5 segments that demonstrate and explain various coaching techniques, as well as provide examples of good coaching in action. It also contains a number of sample coaching situations where you'll have a chance to make the call and test your own coaching knowledge. After each video segment, you'll be directed to your playbook, which includes key point summaries on each topic, suggested activities for developing and refining your coaching ability, and tools that will help you put your coaching skills into practice, and chart your own progress as a McDonald's coach. To get started, let's talk about the advantages of becoming a good coach. And there's probably no better way to do that than by hearing from actual McDonald's coaches who have already put their coaching to work in their restaurants. Let's hear what they have to say about the advantages of coaching.
We are able to solicit the ideas of everybody in the organization, not only the managers and the swings, but also the crew people, which is totally different from what we did before. We're not as directive as we were before. We ask more, and a lot of the ideas that come in that make us successful and more profitable come from the crew.
It allows me to be more creative and more open and increases my morale, and then that in turn helps my people, because since my morale's higher and I'm more comfortable with what I'm doing, then they're more productive and more in with what we're working on.
When you use a coaching style, you get better results from your team. That's what I've seen. And I see that there's more teamwork. Definitely my people are more productive. They're more motivated. They're coming up with the decisions and the goals and where we should be moving instead of being directed to them. So they're definitely more involved, and they feel better about what they do.
To me, using the coaching style, it encourages the team members to be more involved in decision making and self-development.
I think the advantages are that it gives a better awareness to all the crew. It gives better focus. Everybody's looking for the same goal. They're all trying to strive to improve whatever topic that you're working on in the store, whether it be customer satisfaction, profitability. Everybody's working for the same thing.
Those are impressive testimonials to the advantages of coaching. Advantages you can enjoy by developing your own coaching ability. And that's what this video is all about. So, to help you discover your personal strengths and weaknesses at this point in time, your playbook contains a self-assessment survey on coaching. In a few seconds, we'd like you to stop the tape and complete section 1 in your playbook. Review the key points, complete the survey, and calculate your scores. Then, be sure to come back and watch segment 2, Coaching to Manage Change.
The new coaching style allows me to have more people to participate, allow people also to be more creative, and the biggest thing is to see change actually happen and seeing it work.
You're coaching your people along. You're not just telling them what to do. You're explaining to them why they need to do it. And these are important reasons, and you're demonstrating to them. You demonstrate that this is the right way, and you keep coaching them and coaching them, kind of like a football team, to get them to meet the customer's expectations.
To stay in the business and to be on top of, like, we have to change according to the need and expectations of the customer to stay on number one. And the crew people, as well as the assistant coaches, myself also, like we see, we have to live, or we have to perform up to the expectation of the customer. That's why it's very important to change, and that's why we are changing.
I think it's real important to be able to manage change. The customer's expectations are changing, and we need to change to be able to meet their expectations.
In the past, as a ops manager per se, you were more directive. You were more of, at times, demanding, where now you have to encourage people to participate, and that's when the patience comes in place, as well as you have to be very enthusiastic about the change and really utilizing what you are talking or what you're preaching.
As a McDonald's manager, one of your biggest challenges today is managing change effectively, because, like it or not, our industry is changing. Competition has increased dramatically, with more quick-service restaurants than ever before competing for business. Customers have also changed. They have higher expectations for quality and service. And if they aren't totally satisfied, they'll simply go somewhere else. Today's employees are also different. Both managers and crew people want to work where they're appreciated, where they can use all their talents and skills and take on more responsibility, not just respond like robots. Treat them poorly and they'll quickly jump ship and go to work for someone down the street. All these changes have created the need for us to change as well. To keep our leadership position, we've had to enhance our service, empower our people, and respond more quickly to the changes in the marketplace. And the key to managing these changes effectively is coaching. These days, you can't just call a meeting and demand that people improve or change the way they do things. That simply doesn't work. You need to provide leadership, communicate the need for new policies or procedures, get people involved, and provide the support and encouragement they need to develop new skills and attitudes. In short, you can't direct and dictate. If you want people to change or work hard to meet your goals, you have to be a coach. For example, this is Pat Goodman. Pat owns and operates 3 McDonald's restaurants in a growing suburban area. One of the challenges Pat currently faces is customer satisfaction ratings that are below average and not improving as much as he hoped. To deal with the problem, Pat called a meeting with his store managers to discuss the need for some changes. As you watch the meeting, look for the coaching techniques Pat uses to help his managers understand and respond positively to the challenge.
Thanks for coming on short notice. I'm going to try to keep this meeting within an hour, but we need to address some challenges that we're facing and address them quickly, okay?
Does this have anything to do with the last customer survey by any chance?
Hey, our ratings were up.
Ours too.
Actually, everybody had a small increase in customer satisfaction ratings, so at least we're moving in the right direction. The problem is we're well short of our goals for this year, and we need to see some bigger improvements. Anybody have any ideas?
I'm not sure. I know at my restaurant we've been talking a lot about service lately. You know, asking people to be more friendly with the customers, doing whatever it takes, that sort of thing. And it works for a while. But people go back to old habits.
Yeah, same here. I think it's really hard for people to be really motivated. Maybe we need to select new hires a little more carefully. You know, check out their people skills.
That's a good idea. Nelson, what about you? You mean your numbers were down for a while and now they're going up again? What have you been doing?
Well, as you know, some of my managers and I attended a coaching seminar last month. And it was good. We picked up some new ideas. Since then, we've tried to focus on giving more positive feedback, working shoulder to shoulder with the people who need it, setting a good example. And it's working. Morale is up and customer service is a lot better.
That's great. And that's the right approach. In fact, I was recently in a couple of other restaurants where the teamwork and communication was excellent. The managers were out on the floor talking with the customers, making them feel more welcome, going the extra mile with them. They were encouraging the crew, giving them positive feedback, talking about how to improve. The service was excellent. That's what coaching's all about. And that's what I'd like to see more of in our restaurants. If we move in that direction, I know that we'll see a dramatic increase in our customer satisfaction ratings. What do you think?
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah?
Okay, let's stop here for a minute and review what happened. Did you recognize the coaching style Pat used? First, he utilized teams and he acted as a good team leader. He told people the purpose of the meeting, how long it would take, and what he wanted to accomplish. Those are small things, but they let people know you care about their needs, and that makes them feel important. Next, he clearly explained the problem and why it was important to improve. That sets the stage for everything that follows and helps keep your meetings focused. Then, Pat asked for input about what's currently being done to address the problem, and he asked for suggestions on what else could be done. That helps people get involved, so they feel like they're contributing to the solution, not just being told what to do. Pat also did a good job of communicating a positive vision for the future when he talked about other restaurants he recently visited. That's always better than focusing on what's wrong. He also mentioned the benefits of working to achieve that vision. Again, another positive. By approaching the situation as a coach, Pat laid the foundation for making some real changes at his restaurants and getting his managers to support those changes. Now, let's see what happens next. And again, watch for the coaching techniques.
Okay. Now that you understand the situation, I'd like the three of you to work together as a team to develop a game plan to improve our customer satisfaction ratings.
Work as a team?
That's right. I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to do it, but I will give you a goal I'd like to reach. Improve our overall rating by 2% in the next 120 days.
Okay, so we can approach it any way we want.
That's right. As long as you're making progress toward the goal. I'd like to recommend that one of your strategies be to improve the amount of coaching that goes on in your restaurants. I think that's the key to long-term improvements.
But it's up to us on how to do that.
Right. I know this is a different approach from what I've used in the past. Usually I set up a training schedule and lay it all out. But since we talk a lot about empowerment these days, I want to make sure that you feel empowered to solve the problems that affect your own restaurants. You all have a lot of management experience, so I'm confident you'll do a great job. We have some good resources and training material on coaching. You're welcome to use these if you like, and I'll be glad to help you any way I can. I'd also recommend you and your managers look at Teams the McDonald's way. It's a good program on how to function as a team. Ground rules, rights, responsibilities, that type of thing. In fact, one of your strategies might be to set up teams in each restaurant to work on problem areas that affect customer satisfaction.
Okay, so what do we do next?
Well, that's up to you to decide that as a team. But by our next meeting, I'd like for you to have a preliminary game plan, including ways to measure progress, especially for the change to more coaching. We'll talk about how to put those plans into action and see what happens.
Sounds like a great project.
I like it.
Nelson, I want to say one more time that you've done a good job turning things around at your restaurant. You've really had to make some difficult changes.
Thanks.
Once again, Pat used excellent coaching to get his people excited about and involved in making changes. First, he used a team approach. Setting up a team is a good way to get people motivated and directly involved in the process of solving problems or making changes. He also acted as a good team coach by establishing a goal, but then giving the team the responsibility to develop and implement the game plan. That's what empowerment is all about. Pat also made it clear that he would provide the resources and support needed to help make the game plan work. And finally, he rewarded Nelson for the work he's already done by praising him in front of his peers. That's how good coaches keep their people motivated. In short, Pat did a pretty good job of practicing what he preached. He used coaching skills to manage the process of generating more coaching at his restaurants. To sum up, when you need to make changes in policies or procedures or tackle a difficult challenge, remember, it takes time and patience for people to learn new skills and form new attitudes. But if you use your coaching skills, provide leadership and motivation, show patience when your people try new methods, and reward them when they do well, you'll have a lot better chance for success. Now it's time to review the points we've just talked about on managing change and identify some of the problems in your own restaurant where changes need to be made. Please stop the tape and complete section 2 in your playbook. Then come back and watch video segment 3 when you're ready. One of the most important applications of coaching is helping someone improve. Whether it's a crew person or a manager, when someone you supervise is making mistakes or not performing up to their potential, knowing how to coach effectively is extremely important. Because the way you provide feedback to your people will determine how they respond and how motivated they are to improve. For example, have you ever seen this kind of feedback?
Thanks, come again.
Thank you.
Antonio, did you just serve an egg McMuffin that was in the bin more than 10 minutes?
Yes, but breakfast is over and Susie said we should use
I don't care what Susie said. I'm telling you not to serve any sandwich that's older than 10 minutes. They should go to waste, no exceptions, okay?
Okay. You're the boss.
Now, how do you suppose Antonio is feeling right now? Probably embarrassed. After all, other crew members were watching what happened, so he may even be a little resentful. And he's certainly not very motivated to use his own judgment again. By approaching Antonio with only negative feedback and leaving him embarrassed or even angry, the manager not only failed to improve the situation, but also contributed to another problem: poor morale. To coach effectively, you need to approach people with a positive, listening attitude. Your primary goal should be to leave the person feeling good about what happened and motivated to improve, even if they made a mistake. For example, let's look at Nelson deal with that same situation again, only this time acting as a coach.
Thanks, come again.
Antonio, I've been watching you serve customers this morning, and you're very efficient at putting orders together.
Thanks.
I did notice that you served one of your customers a sandwich that was in the bin for more than 10 minutes. May I ask why you did that?
Sure. The breakfast was over and that was the last egg McMuffin. It was only a minute or so past the holding time, and Susie says we should use our best judgment on things like that.
Okay, I understand, and you should use your own judgment. But in making an effort to serve customers quickly, make sure you don't serve a product that isn't hot or fresh. That could lead to customer complaints about food quality.
I know. Quality is important. But we've been cutting it pretty close on production lately.
Okay, I'll look into that. We should always have plenty of fresh products in the bin. In the meantime, keep using your own judgment on how to best satisfy our customers. But don't forget about quality, okay?
No problem. I only serve hot, fresh food.
Great. I'll talk to Susie about the bin charts.
Quite a difference. This time, Nelson followed the steps for effective feedback and coaching. First, he carefully observed what happened, so there was no misunderstanding of the situation. Second, he started on a positive note, complimenting Antonio for what he was doing well. This created a listening attitude and eliminated any defensive reaction.
I've been watching you serve customers this morning, and you're very efficient at putting orders together.
Thanks.
Next, Nelson clearly described the mistake he saw. But before telling Antonio to correct it, he asked why it happened, and then listened carefully. That's extremely important, because good coaching always involves two-way communication, both giving and getting feedback. That shows people you care about them and are interested in solving the real problem.
I did notice that you served one of your customers a sandwich that was in the bin for more than 10 minutes. May I ask why you did that?
Sure. The breakfast was over, and that was the last Egg McMuffin. It was only a minute or so past the holding time, and Susie says we should use our best judgment on things like that.
Okay, I understand, and you should use your own judgment.
The next step is to demonstrate or explain the right way to do things, and explain how it affects customers.
But in making an effort to serve customers quickly, make sure you don't serve a product that isn't hot or fresh. That could lead to customer complaints about food quality.
Next, have the person either demonstrate or explain what it is that you want, and come to agreement about how things are going to change. Then offer your support or assistance in making the change.
I know. Quality is important. But we've been cutting it pretty close on production lately.
Okay, I'll look into that. We should always have plenty of fresh products in the bin. In the meantime, keep using your own judgment on how to best satisfy our customers. But don't forget about quality, okay?
No problem. I only serve hot, fresh food.
Great. I'll talk to Susie about the bin charts.
The final step is to follow up and offer positive feedback when you see improvement. This is usually done later in the same shift. For example, let's see how Antonio handled another situation later that day.
Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you today?
I'd like a Big Mac value meal, please, with a Coke.
Would that be for here or to go?
Here, but could you please hurry?
It'll be a few minutes in the Big Mac. Why don't you have a seat and I'll bring it out to your table as soon as it's ready.
Well, okay, but I hope it doesn't take too long.
Okay. And that'll be $3.20. I'll get you a Coke.
Good job with that customer, Antonio. People will usually wait a few minutes for fresh food, especially if you offer to bring it out to them.
Thanks.
To sum up, coaching to improve performance is more than a series of steps. It's an attitude. It means taking a positive approach, listening and asking for feedback, explaining the benefits for making changes, offering your help to make it happen, and rewarding people when they do it right. That's what people respond to. That's how coaching improves performance. Now it's time to test your own coaching skills. We're going to show you another example of coaching to improve performance. Only this time, you'll get a chance to make the call. As you watch this next scene, we're going to pause briefly at key points in the coaching process and ask what you would do next if you were the coach. Then you'll see what actually happened. Welcome to McDonald's. Thanks. Hi, glad to see you today.
Debbie, have you got a few minutes?
Sure, what do you need?
Let's move out of the dining area for a minute. I've been watching you work in the dining area today. And you're friendly with customers, and your team does a great job keeping the tables neat and clean.
Thanks, I'm glad you noticed.
I know you're all working hard to improve service, but I want to point out that you're missing some additional opportunities to really impress our customers.
Oh, you mean I missed something?
Well, let me explain. Do you remember the points we talked about during the service enhancement seminar? For example, the woman that came in with the baby who just sat down. You could have offered to help her with the tray or got a high chair for her before she requested it. Also, when you meet customers, you're friendly, but you could be a little warmer, you know, more personal.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Is there any particular reason why you don't spend more time getting to know customers, helping them with trays, things like that?
Not really. I guess sometimes I just get busy with other things, and I didn't realize it made that much difference.
Actually, the way that we treat customers can have more of an impact than the crew. Customers expect crew people to be friendly and helpful. But when a manager takes time to ask about the food or sits down to talk about service, they're really impressed. That doesn't happen very often these days.
That's true.
It also sets a good example for the crew, and it helps generate that feeling of hospitality we've been talking about, so the customer feels like we're glad to see them. Here, let me show you what I mean. Hi, my name is Nelson. I'm the store manager.
Hi, I'm Doris. Happy to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Doris. Are you enjoying your McChicken sandwich?
That's why I come here. No one else has quite the same thing.
That's what I like to hear. We are committed to giving you the best food possible. And if there's ever a problem, you just let me know, okay? Here's my card.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Here, let me help you with that.
Okay.
Now, where would you like to sit?
How about right here?
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy your meal. How you doing, Bill? So, Debbie, does that give you a better idea on how we can really make customers feel more welcome?
Now that I see what you mean, yes. It really does make a difference.
Good. Why don't you try it for a while?
Okay, here I go. Hi, how are you doing today?
Great, fine.
Good. I'm Debbie. I'm the manager. Is everything okay?
Real good.
How are your sandwiches?
Oh, very good.
Great. And the service?
Good. No problem.
Good. Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Oh, thanks a lot.
That's a lot better, Debbie. That's the kind of thing that really impresses customers. Do you think you can do more of that in the future?
I think so. It's very different for me, though. I guess I'm not as outgoing as you are.
I understand, and I don't expect you to change your personality. Any ideas on how to approach it?
Well, I guess I could set aside a certain amount of time each day to work with customers. Say an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon.
That sounds good. And if it would help, I could spend more time out here too. And maybe we can work together training the other managers.
Actually, I think that would help. Thank you for letting me know about that. Oh, here, let me help you with your tray. Thanks. I'll get you a high chair, too. Hi, Carol. Here's the paper. I made sure we saved a copy for you.
Debbie, I just wanted to mention that you're doing a much better job greeting and helping the customers. It makes a big difference. And I've even heard some of the crew talking about it.
Well, thanks. I enjoy it more than I thought. It's fun getting to know people.
Well, I'm excited about it. Thanks for your help.
Coaching. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to help someone improve. For more ideas on when to use coaching, let's hear from some other McDonald's coaches.
Well, what it gives you an opportunity to take a look at your operation overall and
what's going on, and you set up a game plan. This game plan gives you an opportunity to go out there and tackle the opportunity that's out there. If it's performance, it gives you a chance to see where the performance is at and where you need to go. And the long-term part of it is that you already have a game plan set up, so it's always something there for you to come back to use as a reference. So it's an ongoing process. It helps you out immediately, and it continues on long-term.
As far as performance from coaching, from the crew as well as from management, is the productivity that we have gotten from both management and crew, where in the past they wasn't as productive as they are now. And it's just a new way of doing things. Everyone's changing, getting involved in the coaching process, and also have helped in the areas of customer satisfaction, profitability, and sales building.
There's no question that people who do the work know precisely what it takes to get that work done. So the results that we've got, because we've involved people, we've basically told them what our customers are telling us. We're just a resource of information, a computer bank of a lot of information. And we give the crew all of the information that they need to help us solve problems. They can't do the job if their hands are tied. So they have to have as much stuff as we can give them so that they have the appropriate information to make the decisions about their work and set them up for the opportunity for success.
Okay, time once again to go to your playbook and review the points we've covered. There's also a suggested activity to help you refine and practice your coaching skills. Then come back for the next segment on the causes of poor performance and what to do about them.
Come on, Tim. I need those Big Macs. Okay. Here's your order, ma'am. Sorry for the wait. Next, can I help you?
Perhaps the most common cause of poor performance for both crew people and managers is lack of awareness. Sometimes people just don't realize they're making mistakes. Like Jenny, for example. She's an experienced team member. She knows the right way to greet and serve customers. But sometimes in the pressure of the moment, she forgets and falls into some bad habits. That's why coaching is so important. For example.
Thanks a lot.
Jenny, I know you're working hard to cover the rush, and I appreciate that. But you're getting a little short with the customers and other crew members. What's up?
Sorry, it's just been really frantic today.
I know, you're right. But we still have to treat every customer like we're glad to see them. And we have to work as a team, not start yelling at each other.
I know.
Okay, why don't you take a break for a few minutes? You know, calm down. I'll cover for you. And don't forget to use that great smile of yours, okay?
Okay, I will. Thanks for coming to McDonald's. Have a great day.
Much better. That's the Jenny I know.
Thanks. Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
In short, when the people you manage don't realize they need to improve, use coaching. Observe, give and receive feedback. Explain or demonstrate the right way. Agree on what's going to change, and follow up. By taking these steps, you'll often see immediate improvement. Here's another example which you saw in segment 3 of this program. If you recall, Nelson, the restaurant manager, noticed that Debbie wasn't doing all she could to really impress customers.
Welcome to McDonald's. Hi, glad to see you today.
Debbie, have you got a few minutes?
In this case, Debbie had been through service enhancement training and honestly thought she was giving excellent service. She just didn't realize she could do even better. But again, good coaching made the difference.
I've been watching you work in the dining area today. And you're friendly with customers, and your team does a great job keeping the tables neat and clean.
Thanks, I'm glad you noticed.
I know you're all working hard to improve service, but I want to point out that you're missing some additional opportunities to really impress our customers.
Oh, you mean I missed something?
Do you remember the points we talked about during the service enhancement seminar? For example, the woman that came in with the baby who just sat down. You could have offered to help her with the tray or got a high chair for her before she requested it. Also, when you meet customers, you're friendly, but you could be a little warmer, you know, more personal.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Notice, by being specific, Nelson made it very clear how Debbie could improve. That's an important part of coaching. Focus on the right way, not what someone did wrong. Then, he demonstrated how to provide outstanding service and asked Debbie to try it out.
Hi, My name is Nelson. I'm the store manager.
Hi, I'm Doris. Happy to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Doris. Are you enjoying your McChicken sandwich?
That's why I come here. No one else has quite the same thing.
That's what I like to hear. You know, we are committed to giving you the best food possible. And if there's ever a problem, you just let me know, okay? Here's my card.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. So, Debbie, does that give you a better idea on how we can really make customers feel more welcome?
Now that I see what you mean, yes. It really does make a difference.
Good. Why don't you try it for a while?
Okay, here I go. Hi, how are you doing today?
Great, fine.
Good. I'm Debbie. I'm the manager. Is everything okay?
Real good.
How are your sandwiches? Next, Nelson gave Debbie some on-the-spot positive feedback to reward her initial efforts, and they agreed on a plan to keep improving in the future. Notice how Nelson asks for Debbie's input when developing the follow-up plan.
That's a lot better, Debbie. That's the kind of thing that really impresses customers. Do you think you can do more of that in the future?
I think so. It's very different for me, though. I guess I'm not as outgoing as you are.
I understand, and I don't expect you to change your personality. Any ideas on how to approach it?
Well, I guess I could set aside a certain amount of time each day to work with customers. Say an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon.
That sounds good. And if it would help, I could spend more time out here too. And maybe we can work together training the other managers.
Actually, I think that would help. Finally, Nelson followed up a week later with more positive feedback to keep Debbie motivated and performing at a higher level.
Debbie, I just wanted to mention that you're doing a much better job greeting and helping the customers. It makes a big difference. And I've even heard some of the crew talking about it.
Well, thanks. I enjoy it more than I thought. It's fun getting to know people. To sum up, coaching can be a very effective tool, especially when people don't realize they're not performing up to their potential. But sometimes, performance problems can be more complicated, especially when you're making changes in policies or procedures. When that's the case, the first step is to do as much as you can to prevent problems from developing in the first place. In other words, you need a game plan that creates the right environment for change. A game plan that includes each of the following: a communication strategy for explaining new procedures and why they are important. A training strategy so everyone affected by the change learns what to do and how to do it. The training strategy should also include a plan for feedback and coaching. A support strategy to make sure everyone has the equipment, materials, and time needed to do the job correctly. And finally, a motivation strategy featuring positive incentives and rewards for people who perform well and make the necessary changes. By creating a game plan that includes these 4 elements, you'll have a much better chance of getting your team to perform the way you want, right from the start. But remember, it takes time to learn new habits. Some people learn faster than others. Some adapt to changes more quickly. And different people are motivated by different things. So when you have a good game plan and people still aren't performing like they should, don't point fingers or look for someone to blame. Again, take personal responsibility. As the coach of your team, it's up to you to identify the cause of the problem and take the appropriate action to fix it. So when someone's not doing the job, check your game plan by asking yourself these 4 questions. Do they realize they're not doing it the right way? Have they been trained or told what they're supposed to do? Do they have the right tools, equipment, time, or support to do the job the right way? And are they motivated to perform at their best? The answers to these questions will help you pinpoint why someone is not performing as they should. And once you do identify the cause of a problem, it's much easier to fix it. For example, if someone doesn't realize they're doing something wrong, use feedback and coaching to remind them of the right way. If someone hasn't had the training they need, arrange for training to take place as soon as possible, and follow up with the feedback and coaching we've been talking about. If they don't have the right tools, equipment, or time to do the job, change the work environment and provide the support they need to do the job properly. And if someone's not motivated to do their best, provide the incentives or rewards that work for that person. Almost every performance problem you encounter will fall into one or more of these 4 areas. For example, let's look at some performance problems you might encounter at your restaurant, especially when changes are being made in policies or procedures. After each one, we'd like you to make the call. Decide what you think is causing the problem. Is the person not aware of the mistake, not trained, not equipped, or not motivated to do it the right way? Or is it a combination of all four? Then, think about what you would do to improve performance. Ready? Let's go.
Hi, ma'am. How can I help you?
I'd like a Big Mac, a small fry, and a medium Coke.
Right.
Oh, and I have a coupon.
Oh, I'm afraid we can't take this, ma'am. It's for Burger King.
But I thought you took coupons for all fast food restaurants.
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
Well, then just give me the Coke and the fries.
Okay.
Kim, what happened with that last customer? She seemed a little miffed.
She wanted to use a coupon from Burger King. I told her we didn't take those.
Weren't you at the meeting yesterday? We always accept coupons from other restaurants, period.
I'm sorry, I wasn't scheduled yesterday.
Well, there's supposed to be a list of instructions posted at each register.
I haven't seen any list.
Oh, great. I guess if you want something done around here, you gotta do it yourself.
In this situation, the immediate problem is that the customer is not satisfied. And there are two causes for that. First, the counter person is simply not aware of the coupon policy. And second, there's an obvious lack of information about it. These problems can be corrected with some quick coaching, some feedback, and making sure the guidelines get posted. It also points to a coaching problem that should be addressed. A poor game plan for communicating the coupon policy to get everyone involved. Now, let's look at another situation. And again, decide what you think caused the performance problem.
Let's see, I'd like to have a quarter pounder with cheese, an order of fries, and a large Coke.
Would you like to try the quarter pounder value meal?
That's fine. And could you put an extra slice of tomato on that quarter pounder?
Sure, but that's a grill order, sir. It'll take a while to prepare.
Oh, forget it. I'll just have a Coke.
Okay, it's up to you.
Kim, I noticed your last customer was a little upset. What happened?
He wanted a grill order, but he didn't want to wait for it.
Well, not much you can do about that. You can't please everyone.
Okay, once again, there are two probable causes for the problem. One, the crew person has not been fully trained on service enhancement. And two, she's not very motivated to do whatever it takes to satisfy customers. The reaction of the swing manager is a good clue that lack of incentive is a big part of the problem. After all, if the manager isn't interested in satisfying every customer, it's not very likely her crew will be either. To improve performance in this situation, two things need to be done. First, both crew people and managers need better training on how to satisfy every customer, such as offering to bring grill orders out to the dining area when they're ready. And two, some incentives are needed to get everybody enthused about the program, such as the team cash reward and recognition process. That's a challenge for the restaurant manager. To sum up, improving performance involves two important steps. One, identify the cause of the problem or deficiency, and two, take the appropriate action to correct it. This involves both short-term and long-term actions. In the short term, on-the-spot feedback and coaching is the best approach for improving performance. But in the long term, or when changes are being made in policies and procedures, you need a total game plan. One that includes strategies for communication, training, support, and incentives. With all four elements in place, you're likely to spend less time putting out fires and more time managing. In fact, let's hear from our McDonald's coaches once again on how coaching has helped them become better managers.
I think in the short-term sense, with action plans where we used to do them, we used to write them and put them away. Now they're visible on the walls in grafting. I guess the same way when you go in and you have a coaching session with the guys on the X's and O's on the field. They're visible, they're right there, and we work on them every day. In a long-term sense, everybody develops a sense of ownership in the business. And so it's not just, well, when am I going to leave? It's like, what are we going to do better to continuously improve the store?
Long term, coaching is a must. Coaching is what we need. That's how the environment's changing. Employees expect to be part of the solution, expect to participate. Students coming to work, they're often told not what to do and what to do at home. This is a place where they can actually be part of the solution. Short term, I've seen a lot of good results. Customer satisfaction scores are better. Profitability is much better.
Both short-term and long-term coaching is extremely beneficial. Coaching, you have to be a little more patient with the process. It's not the old style of being directive, but it's more of truly a teaching, a leading role. You're training people more. Information is shared more. Ideas are shared more. So in the short term, you have to be a little bit patient in the beginning. But once the managers or employees, crew included, start measuring their results, and they're empowered to make those kind of decisions and problem solve, they get a lot of things done. Through the style of coaching, it makes it easier for them to actually come up with ideas, to truly talk with each other. In the long term, I think you definitely benefit. That's where you get the biggest bang for your buck. Is that the longer you do the process, and if you do it correctly, and the people are comfortable with it, that's an immediate result. They're always comfortable with it. You're going to see a lot of results in all areas of measurement: employee satisfaction, customer satisfaction, and profitability.
Okay, time to review. Stop the tape and complete segment 4 in your playbook, including some initial work on your game plans and player profiles. Then come back and watch segment 5. At this point, you should have a good understanding of what coaching is all about and how it can help you manage your people more effectively. So, here's one more opportunity for you to make the call and check your own knowledge of the coaching principles we've talked about. First, we'll show you a situation in which both a crew person and his swing manager don't perform at their best. As you watch the scene, think about what caused the problems and what you would do to fix them. You might want to jot down your answers for reference. Then, you'll see an example of good coaching in action, with more chances for you to make the call. Here we go.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
A few days ago, I ordered 4 Quarter Pounders and 5 9-piece Chicken McNuggets at your drive-thru. I got back to my office and found out that you'd given me 5 6-piece McNuggets instead, and I'd like a refund for the difference, please.
Sorry about the problem, ma'am. I'm not sure about our policy on that, so I'm going to have to talk to our manager.
Okay, whatever.
Susie?
Yeah.
There's a customer here who says she got the wrong order at the drive-thru. I guess it was a couple days ago, and now she wants a refund. What should I tell her?
A refund? Well, does she have it? Look, I better handle this. Which customer is it?
The woman in the green shirt at the 3rd register.
Okay. I can tell it's going to be one of those days. Hi, my name is Susie. I'm the manager. Can I help you?
Okay, one more time. A few days ago, I ordered 4 Quarter Pounders and 5 9-piece Chicken McNuggets at your drive-thru. I got back to my office and found out that you'd given me 5 6-piece McNuggets instead, and I'd like a refund for the difference.
I'm very sorry you got the wrong order, ma'am. If I can have your receipt, I'll be happy to refund the difference for you.
Receipt? You've got to be kidding. It was a few days ago, and I don't even know if I got one.
Every order comes with a receipt, ma'am.
Well, every order isn't always correct now, is it?
No, not every time. But that's okay. I'll be happy to give you a refund. So that was 5 9-piece McNuggets?
That's right.
Okay, let's talk about what happened with that customer complaint. There are several causes for the problems you saw that need to be addressed. Let's see if you got them all. First, The customer received the wrong order. That's the initial mistake that caused the complaint in the first place. After handling the complaint, the swing manager should immediately follow up with the drive-through team. Ask some questions and find out if a trend is developing or if this was simply an isolated incident. What she discovers will determine what actions should be taken. That might involve training, coaching, or even motivating the drive-through team to double-check orders for accuracy. Now, in terms of how the customer complaint was handled, additional mistakes were clearly made. The reasons? Actually, there were 3. First, the counter person simply didn't know how to respond to the customer, so he called the manager. Here, training on how to handle customer complaints is definitely in order. Second, the swing manager seems unaware of the need to empower her people. Encourage them to handle complaints on their own instead of calling the manager in for help. Again, this is a problem that can be solved with some coaching. And third, the swing manager could also use a refresher course on handling complaints effectively. While she did what the customer wanted, her attitude left her less than totally satisfied with the experience. On this one, some coaching and feedback is definitely called for. So, give yourself an A at this point if you spotted all the reasons for the weak performance in handling this customer. The wrong order caused by a possible problem at the drive-thru, the need for training the counter person on how to handle complaints, the lack of awareness on the manager's part about empowering her people, and the need for coaching the swing manager on her attitude about customers with complaints. And that's your next assignment. As you watch the assistant manager offer some feedback and coaching to Susie, the swing manager, we'll stop at several points along the way and ask what you would do next. After a few seconds, the scene will continue and you can check your answer as you watch what happens.
I hope that doesn't happen again.
Susie, can you spare a few minutes?
Sure. Jeff, I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Okay, Susie.
I saw what happened just now with that customer, the one who wanted the refund.
Oh, yeah, she was really in a bad mood.
I know, sometimes customers are like that. And you did a good job of keeping your cool and doing the right thing.
Thanks.
You did do a good job, but there is some room for improvement. First, you really should encourage your crew people to handle complaints like that. Is there a reason why you didn't tell Jeff to just handle the problem, use his best judgment?
Well, he's fairly new and he hasn't had training yet on how to deal with complaints, but I do encourage most of my other people to handle complaints by themselves.
Good, that's important. And that's a perfect reason why we should schedule Jeff for training as soon as possible, okay?
Yeah, no problem. In fact, I can do it today before I leave.
Good. There is one other thing I wanted to ask you about. You seemed a little defensive when you were talking to the customer. In fact, you were almost sarcastic a couple of times, like when you asked for the receipt. Why'd you react so defensively, Susie?
Well, to tell you the truth, she was being a big pain. I mean, she acted like we screwed up her order on purpose or something. And it was a couple of days ago on top of it.
Well, she was upset about getting the wrong order. And when you react defensively, you only aggravate the situation. It makes her even more upset. Remember, a dissatisfied customer will tell 9 or 10 other people about a bad experience. This can really have an impact on our business. When you handle customer complaints in the future, be sure to control your reaction. Never take it personally, even if the customer is angry. Just listen to the problem, apologize, and fix it as fast as possible. Do whatever it takes to make the customer happy. What could you have done to really impress the customer? You know, make her feel good about the whole situation.
Well, I shouldn't have made such a big deal about the receipt. I should have just apologized and given her the refund.
Anything else? Something that might win her over as a loyal customer?
Well, I could have offered her a coupon for a free order of McNuggets. That would get her back in the store.
Right. That's the idea. And you could have also assured her that you would check into the problem and make sure that every order is double-checked for accuracy in the future.
Good idea.
So, how do you think you'll approach customer complaints in the future?
Well, the main thing is to make sure all my people know what to do. And I'll mention some of the things we talked about on how to win back unhappy customers. You gave me some good ideas on that.
Great. I'll be glad to help in any way I can. All you need to do is ask.
McDonald's.
Food is cold. I can't eat it.
Oh, I'm very sorry about the problem, ma'am. I'll get you another Big Mac and fries right away. And here's a coupon for a free large fry next time you come in.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate your attitude.
I see Jeff's come a long way in dealing with complaints. A lot better attitude. Nice coaching job.
Thanks.
Okay, how did you do? If you had trouble with any of the questions, you might want to go back and watch segments 3 and 4 again, or review the key points in your playbook. But the best way to improve your coaching skill is to simply go out and practice. Get out where the action is. Compliment your people for a job well done. Provide constructive feedback and coaching when they need to improve. And follow the steps we talked about in this program. And above all, set the right example. Be enthusiastic about satisfying our customers. After all, that's the real goal. That's what coaching is all about.
I've seen a couple crew, especially crew, where it was like, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I said, sure, watch me, and then we'll do it together, and then you try it. And I see with the coaching style that we're using today, the crew and the assistants feel part owner of the store now, because it's not where the restaurant coach is doing all the thinking. We're giving them the opportunity to do the thinking now. And it's like, wow, she's letting me make some of the decisions now, and they love it.
Coaching makes people, myself and the people that are working for us, want to grow with McDonald's. We're not here to just, work 8 hours or get a paycheck. We're here to actually develop our minds. I mean, coaching develops people's minds. It doesn't just look at the technical aspects of the business as far as how fast can you do things. But it really, I think the biggest thing about coaching is trying to, get to people's hearts and make them want to care about the business.
You're going to improve your results in all areas. Employee satisfaction, your morale immediately goes up, and it sustains itself because you're involving the people that are actually doing the work to help you solve the problem. So they're immediately, they get rewarded just by being involved. Customer satisfaction scores will also go up. You will see things happen that employees automatically now are empowered to fix, whether it be a crew person or a management person, and they fix them rather than letting the problem linger on. And in return, the customers are happier with that. Profitability definitely increases.
I think there's a variety of payoffs to moving to a coaching style. The bottom line is you're going to make more money, or you're going to help people save money if you're in a support department. And I've seen that by we're able to run with less people and get more things done. We're meeting customer needs better because we're in touch with our customers and we're listening and we're using their feedback. Your employees are going to feel better about working for you in the company. They're going to enjoy their job. You're going to enjoy your job.
So coaching, the resources that are at our fingertips. People come to McDonald's skilled, knowledgeable, and desirous from a life way before McDonald's. They've lived quite a while. They've gone to school. They may have another job. They bring some skills to the party. They bring a lot of knowledge. Outside street smarts or outside world knowledge that they bring in. And if we use that knowledge, we can build a greater, stronger system by using all of the skills and all of the abilities and all of the knowledge that we have in a group of people that we work with.
Thanks for participating in Coaching the McDonald's Way. For a final review, turn to segment 5 in your playbook. It contains a great list of coaching tips called 50 Ways to be a Better Coach. You might even clip it out and keep it handy for the next time you need a suggestion or idea on how to coach the McDonald's way.